You ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Squad. I mean, it's been turning up with her. Your girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't come close to her. If you with your girl, let me hear you say what?
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is season 5, episode 8 of the Read, Talk, and Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host, Trey Reed. How you doing tonight, man?
Bruh, I'm pretty good, man. Can't complain. Broke out the bow yesterday, went out to the range, and then went to the range today after work and get back in my groove, man.
Got to get back in the groove, man. I'm not going to lie. I have not touched my bow in a little second. Definitely a lot longer than I should have. Obviously, the season just ended uh, for the Arkansas
Yes,
Tags 2 days
yesterday.
ago. 2 days ago. Or no, yesterday. That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yesterday.
yesterday.
And no, hey, year one with the bow, no dice. You know,
But you got damn close though. Damn
exactly.
close.
Got a couple shots off. Actually had a collision or a hit, but just nothing on the ground, man. So it's kind of upsetting, obviously, but I went into it knowing, the realistic. I guess I had realistic expectations.
Oh yeah.
Guess you can say. But yeah, I've been hearing you talk about shooting your bow, like crazy right now. But you also have attack coming up here pretty soon, don't you?
Yep. I think it's in June. Yeah, in June. So I'm gotta get ready for that because those cats gonna be slinging arrows 80, 90, 100 yards straight up. And my goal this year, I'm gonna take a couple shots at the truck for the caribou. I mean, I'm going to take a shot at the caribou for the truck.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I think everybody's got to sling a few of them down there. But you've been putting in that work, man. I'm about to hop on it. I bought the block last year. I shot on it a little bit. I just hate shooting in my backyard because obviously where I live,
Yeah.
a bad shot could be tragic.
Well, this would go to Tractor Supply. They got these things. It's a horse mat, and get you a horse mat and get you 2 or 3 pieces of PVC pipe and make you a backstop like I got in my backyard.
Yeah, I need
Or
that, man.
or or hay bales. Hay bales work too.
Yeah, because I know you got that picture uh, of my arrow that went through the pole of my neighbor's fence.
Yep.
That- that's just how it goes, man. So yeah, a bad shot in my neighborhood could be bad for sure. Um, but yeah, tonight, we expected to have Coach Markus Lawrence from A&M, Alabama A&M, on with us tonight. I think he may stop by tonight. He may not. I'm not sure. But if he does, we'll have that conversation. But if not, we're gonna keep it rolling, man, because
Show must go on.
the show must go on over here. Next man up. That's some
Right.
terminology
Always.
he probably understands right there. Um, but XFL, let's just pop it off with this.
Gotcha.
XFL is booming right now. I think it's popping. But now people are coming out and saying, "Hey, why don't we see the XFL champion?" What up? What up, Fozzie? Fozzie, what up? Speaking of Foz has put in the entry to the Read, Talk, and Listen shirt contest. And let me tell you something: if you put in the entry, you're gonna have to
you,
come on with it.
you better come on with it for real.
You're gonna have to come on with it because Foz didn't put in the entry that's killing the game, no doubt. So shout out my guy Foz, man. What up? Appreciate you for being in the chat tonight. Vegas team took a step back with the terrible field conditions. Hey, that's true. That is true. They did take a step back with the bad field conditions. But the conversation has arisen or arose, however you say. How you say that? Arise, arisen,
Yeah, I think
arose.
the conversation has a rise.
The best XFL team, whichever team wins the championship, should play against the worst or the last place NFL team. And how the outcome comes if the XFL team beats the NFL team, they should move up to the NFL, and the NFL should be pushed down to the XFL. And I was just sitting back thinking, like, why is everybody going crazy over this? This is soccer. This is relegation.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
yeah. When I saw a couple posts about it, then I read an article about it, and I'm like, this ain't nothing new. Like they've been doing this in soccer for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like the real football, they've been doing relegation
well,
forever.
I ain't gonna say all that. The real.
Well, what the rest of the world knows as football.
Yeah, but I think uh, they brought it up. The worst in the NFL would be all XFL teams. I agree on that too.
I totally agree.
But in the also they've been talking about doing this with the NBA and the G League too. But I think there's a closer what's up with my folks? I think there's a closer matchup. I think there's a closer gap between G League and NBA than there is between entire XFL teams. Not everybody, but entire XFL teams and NFL teams.
Yeah, because see, what you'd have happen is you'd have okay. For example, let's just use this year's last place team in the NFL. You'd have the Texans go down to the XFL, right?
But they would have to play somebody to go down.
Yeah, so but I'm saying like we're just saying like let's say this happens next year. Texans last place. They would then play the Vipers, Orlando Vipers, okay? And let's just say the Orlando Vipers win.
Yeah,
The Texans then go down to
the XFL.
XFL and they gonna clean house. And what'll end up happening is the XFL team will then be the last place team in the NFL.
They would have to play the Texans again.
And then they'll play the Texans again, and you're just gonna have it's a team swapping, the same team swapping over and over again.
But that's what they're hoping won't happen. They're hoping that this team comes in, the new team will come in and establish themselves in the NFL.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? But this is my thing right here. Let's just say it did happen, right? Let's just say the Orlando Vipers beat the Houston Texans, and now we're moving them up and we're moving the Texans down. What we gonna do about what it's really all about? What we gonna do about that bag? Because if
so
I'm a Orlando Vipers player, obviously I'm not gonna want to be still making 60K playing in the NFL.
right.
I want to make league minimum of the NFL. And if I'm a damn NFL player, I for damn sure ain't going down to 60K.
I mean that might just be part of the bag.
That
Like,
bro, everybody on that team would either would sit out or their contracts would get bought out by another NFL team and they would pick that guy up.
I mean,
That team would go down to the XFL and not be the same
so
team.
how does it work in soccer?
Shit, they all making like around the same amount of money, outside of
A couple,
the Ronaldos and the, you know what I'm
the
saying?
Messi's. Okay, yeah. So this is my solution for it. What I would do is when you sign a contract, you're going to sign two contracts. So say you get drafted to the NFL, all right, you got this one contract you active with, say the Texans, you're active. This other contract is inactive. In the event that you end up on a team that goes down,
It's already too much. But yeah, go ahead.
no, once in the event that you end up getting on a team that gets dropped down to the XFL, your NFL contract goes inactive and your XFL contract activates. And that's the salary you get. And same with the XFL.
Vice versa.
You sign a potential NFL contract, which is going to be league minimum because you ain't even in there yet. And then you have your XFL contract. If you make it to the NFL, your team make it, the XFL contract goes inactive, and that NFL contract activates. Now you playing with house money.
Well, you ain't in house money. It's your bread, but it's less.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you go to if you're XFL and go to the league, you're gonna make some money. Now here's your shot to play on the big stage and eventually get up. Because the last thing you want is to be the last place team and have to turn around and be back.
Yeah, true that. That boy Fozzie said I would be more intrigued to see the champion of the USFL play the champion on of the XFL. I would like to see that too. I like to see any football. I saw your comment up there earlier too. Can we just enjoy more football? That's why I'm on that side as well. Can we just enjoy this?
Yep.
and let's make sure it don't fail. Before
Yep.
we get talking about they need to play in the field and all that, blah, 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 blah. Let's make sure it don't fail first.
They got to
Let,
make it out the storm.
exactly. Let's enjoy it and let's tune in and buy the gear and all that extra. Uh, and let's keep it rolling, man. Let's enjoy more football, like my boy Fozzie just said.
Definitely, man. I could see them potentially adding more teams. Like if they added an XFL team here in the Midwest, either in Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, bro, it will be packed house every game.
Yeah, I
Every
believe
game.
that because they pack out
They
for the
pack out for
scaffold.
everything. They pack out the high school games. They pack out the arena team where we got the Sioux Falls Storm. They pack them out. Like they pack the games out.
That boy
Uh,
Cam said. That boy Cam said it would crush teams lacking a superstar vet. Hypothetically, Aaron Rodgers type players goes to Houston. They won't change in one season, so he would just retire and cost all of the mid tier players from the trade. That could happen too, though.
Yep.
Think about that. Aaron Rodgers goes to Houston. They end up the last place team. He ain't going to no damn XFL.
Well, I mean, they could give him the option. Yeah, you can either go with your team or you can try your luck in the market.
He just gonna retire, like Cam said.
Well, he would, but you know, if you got
Yeah,
a young cat, he say, I'm not playing the XFL, so I'll take my shot and hit the waivers.
exactly. But it's more than hitting that waivers too, because the next team got to pick up what you owe.
Yeah.
So, it just depends on how that situation would go, man. But speaking of owing money in XFL and NFL, AJ McCarron is the big story right now coming out of the XFL because uh, The Rock endorsed, I guess, this move by posting on his Instagram, saying, hey, this guy took a pay cut to come to the XFL. He was making $1.6 million a year, league minimum, while he was in the NFL. And now he's making like I forgot what I think I saw where it was like 60K plus whatever the stuff was or whatever. So like somewhere around 100K, somewhere in there.
Yeah, he basically took a $3.9 million pay cut and will pocket around 60,000 in the XFL.
Yeah. So yeah, 60,000, but he got a chance to make some more. Like it's just, like with the wins and how it's all set up. I think it ended up being around 100 and something K.
Yeah.
Whatever. Either way it go, nowhere near the lavish. 1.6 million dollars a year is a lot different than 100K.
Yeah,
Can
I
we all
agree.
agree on that?
Yeah.
All right. But he wanted his kids to see him play football. You know what I'm saying? Not just be
On the sideline.
the NFL quarterback or a backup quarterback, who never gets in or whatever, makes his money. Yeah, we're rich, but I ain't really leaving them. I ain't really showing them nothing. So he goes to the XFL, and I mean he's balling a little bit. So
Yeah. I mean, dude, 60K. He's made his money in NFL. Like let's be real. The average person will never see the money that AJ McCarron has made in the NFL
oh
being
no,
being a backup quarterback. So he made 15 million in his first NFL contract. He made 15 million. You already know he didn't spend a lot of that money.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's invested, it's growing. He making it work for him. Now he's able to make that huge pay cut. I think it's like a 98% pay cut to take 60. It's 60,000 per season with a 5,000 a week bonus and $1,000 if they win each game.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money still, man. Like he playing with house money right now.
I mean, yeah, it ain't about football. Is not about the money for AJ McCarron at this point at all anymore. We know this. But I just thought it was a cool thing to that The Rock, posted that or whatever and put shouted him out because that is pretty dope. I
Oh
think that's a
yeah.
good story. There might be somebody else who need to do that too. Because at the end of the day, you can't take it with you.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and those memories of seeing your dad ball out, regardless of what level. If you
Yep.
could have been born and seen your pops play in high school, it would have been cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
Yeah.
don't matter what level it's on or whatever. These cats that they pops out here playing in the backyard, they loving it. You know, it don't matter what level it's on, but your dad's out there being a gladiator. It's just
Yeah.
like we talked about last week. You know what I'm saying? It's
Because like kids, especially like kids, he got young kids, right?
yeah.
They don't look at it as uh like that's dad's job. They just think like my dad's on TV. That's all they know. My dad's on TV playing football, and that means he's famous. And of course, they probably live somewhere down south or whatever. And he's a household name in Alabama.
He said he really didn't. Fozzie says he really didn't lose out on anything. Season starts after the NFL season. After the XFL season, he can go right back to NFL. I think the story is overblown. Personally, I didn't even think about it from that standpoint.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it from that standpoint. It's really not even that big of a deal. He could do both. This is his off-season training.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That he can really do both.
Why he don't get hurt?
As long as he don't get hurt with ease.
Now could we let's say he does go back to the NFL.
They're gonna stop it. If you a starter, no.
No, I'm not saying if you're a starter. but for the guys that are third, fourth string, is that an option? Hey, look, I'm gonna make this NFL money too, but I'm also gonna go play in the XFL and hopefully get my stock up.
I mean, that's part of that's gonna be a contract negotiation deal, I believe.
Yeah.
Because you may be third or fourth string and not get no reps in, but we paying you whatever we paying you, and that's risk. I mean,
It's definitely a liability.
You know, some cats can't even get on a 4-wheeler. So.
Can't go get in a 4-wheeler, can't go skiing, can't go snowboard, none of that shit. Like it is what it is.
Exactly. But AJ McCarron also but just saying, like, he's a legend in Alabama.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt about that. I remember me and Brooke were at the Floribama little club bar or whatever you want to call it or whatever. And he comes in there with his wife and stuff. And everybody is just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, everybody here they seen him plenty of times, blase. But still, it was like everybody.
I mean, they are celebrities in the state of Alabama, especially when you think about the history of Alabama football. They're royalty there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, check this out. Remember, what was it, the 2009 or 2000? Maybe not 2009, but 2012, 2013 national championship game. They showed his girlfriend for what, 5 seconds?
Yeah, like real quick, like.
And they know in 5 seconds they showed a clip of her, and they said before they showed that clip she had like 183 followers on Instagram. No, on Twitter, and then in 15 minutes she had over like 300K.
Yeah,
bro, they're royalty, man, at this point, so it really don't even matter.
Yeah. AJ McCarron, yeah, he could do whatever. His kids can do whatever, probably in the state of Alabama. But I still think it's pretty cool. You know, you want to see your pops ball. You want to see your pops out there running around, throwing touchdowns, whatever it might be. So shout out to him for giving his kids that.
Yeah, and they didn't go to school and talk shit.
Well, they better not say too much. I'm just saying.
Well, it depends on what school they go to. Because if you go to,
I don't give a damn where they go.
Well, no, check it. If they go to a school,
you gonna have that one.
If they go to a school where there's other kids in there that's got parents that play NFL, you better not say nothing. But if you kept yourself out of Pleasant Grove,
no, he better hope he goes somewhere. He better hope he goes somewhere where other people's parents can play the NFL. That's what he better hope. If he goes somewhere where everybody's parents play the NFL, oh, they're gonna cut him deep. They gonna cut him deep. Well, we don't even know who your daddy is. They gonna cut him with a butter.
Your daddy play ass back. Get your ass back.
Oh, so he better not. Hey, don't be talking too crazy. But
my dad, AJ McCarron. Who is that?
Hey man, that's hilarious. But you know it's real like that.
Oh yeah. Hey, kids cut the deepest, man.
You know it. They don't care about nothing. But, hey, if you tuned in right now, man, we appreciate you being over here at the Retalk and Listen podcast. Go ahead and hit that like button, that share button. If you're over on YouTube, man, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and get over to the Instagram and follow my guy right here at the_dreaded Archer 17 and myself, Big Poppy _OND9. Can't forget my super producer who out tonight. I know y'all saw him in the comments a little bit earlier, man. He out tonight. Killer Cam, KILLR Cam, over on the Instagram for all your Air Max and sneaker needs over there. Also, hey, I'll be on the lookout. March 26th, got an exclusive Read Talk and Listen video drop. Got some. If you don't know what March 26th is, also that's National Air Max Day. So be on the lookout for that, man. Me and my boy Cam got something cooked up for that. We're going. Well, it's getting cooked. It ain't cooked yet, but it's getting cooked.
Getting cooked
For that, man. And then last but not least, man, get over there to the Instagram and follow at the RTL Podcast, man. We're trying to run the Instagram up. We're a little late to the game on the Instagram, but we're getting there. All right, we're getting there. Got
For
the little
sure.
clips for y'all, little shorts. If you missed the episode, you know what I'm saying? Little stuff, we got a little stuff in the mix. We're getting better at that, man. But other than that, I guess we gotta get to the
RTL podcast.
we gotta get to the bills. We gotta pay the bills a little bit here, man. So if you want to make your hunting experience or at least your field dressing experience a little safer, a little faster, and a little cleaner, you gotta get you a good daddy, man.
For sure.
Guaranteed to make sure you don't get blood all over your clothes. We put about 500 pounds of grade A venison on that good daddy this season, man. And I gotta admit, it did make the process a lot easier, a lot safer, and a lot cleaner.
Yeah, once we got it figured out and got a system going, man, it was like cutting knife through butter.
Exactly, man. And so one place to get those, man, you gotta get them at gooddaddy.com. If you get them anywhere else, it ain't a good daddy. That's all there is to it, man. And this good daddy don't just come with just something for you to put the deer on or the hog on or whatever you kill on. It come with something to cut it up with too, man. It's some sharp knives, hand sharpened. Each knife
right before they get to your door,
right before they're delivered to your door, and they're made right here in the great U.S. of A. So get over to gooddaddy.com and tell them the Read Talk and Listen podcast sent you. And then if you got a little sweet tooth, or you hungry and you don't want to cook tonight, get over to the Facebook and join the group. Say Grace Home Cooked Meals and Desserts. She's gonna hook you up. She's got the desserts, the cookies, the jars, the cakes, the cake balls, the cupcakes, anything you need, decorated style, anyhow you ever want to decorate it. She can get that done for you over there at Say Grace. So y'all make sure y'all get the Say Grace Home Cooked Meals and Desserts. And tell her to Read Talk and Listen podcast sent you.
You are now tuned in to the RTL podcast.
The pop that ended the Lakers is what they're calling it, man.
The pop heard around the world.
The pop heard around the world. LeBron James comes down on his ankle. Shout out Nora. I know y'all probably can hear it in the background right there. But LeBron James comes down and pop. He hears something in his foot, pop, whatever. He finishes the game. And they rule him out indefinitely for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is a huge slack to the Lakers as they were coming into a spot where all these games matter. They had to win like 16 of the last 23 or something like that to make the play in, to even have a shot to get in the playoffs. So all these games are super, super, super important for LeBron and the Lakers. And now he's out, and they don't know when until they don't know when. So,
bro, I'm gonna tell you, when I saw the highlight of it, it was very reminiscent of like when I messed up my ankle my senior year. I hear pop, kind of limped off a little bit, but I finished the game. So when I hear people say like, "Oh, he can't be that hurt. He finished the game," like, hey, I finished a football game, which is a whole lot, probably a whole lot more cutting and a whole lot more physical than basketball. You know what I'm saying? And then it was after the game when I found out, like, yeah, shit ain't good.
yeah.
So like, people are just like, oh, he just faking it because he know their season's over with. And it's like, nah, like, one, he manned through it. He powered through it, finished the game. I think he scored like 11 more points after that.
Yeah.
11, 12 points. But yeah, this is definitely a devastating blow to the Lakers, season. And you know, if you're Genie Bus, he basically if he don't come back in within the next 16 games, get ready for next season.
Exactly, man. And then also just this injury. I saw a stat last night, and it said LeBron James' first 15 years, he missed 75 games total. In the last 5 years, he's missed 98 games.
Mm,
All right,
okay.
until last season, he had never had a what they would call a sustaining injury, an injury that lasted for over 3 weeks. He
Yeah.
had never had that before. All right, boom. So he gets that first one. That puts him out for a long time. But if he doesn't go out last year, the Lakers are in the playoffs again. All right,
Okay.
come back this year. They start off rough. They're struggling. He willing through. He's having one of the best scoring years of his entire career, in year 20, and they get right up on this end line again, and then bam, hurt. And then he even made the comment, I got to slow down. I only got a couple more years.
Yeah.
And so, me as a LeBron fan, I in my eyes, I can't see the end.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't see the end of LeBron's career because I don't. That's the only reason I watch the NBA now, and it's only the only reason I've been watching the NBA for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, are we seeing the last of King James, the chosen one, the kid from Akron?
I mean, potentially. I mean, dude, when you think about it, he's in year 20 and he's carrying the load. Most of the time when a player's in year 20, they're not they're not looked on to be the load carrier. They are assisting the load carrier. You know what I'm saying? There's another up and coming guy on the team that, hey, yeah, you in year 20, we know you the man, but you need to be mentoring him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Getting him ready so when you hit the door, LeBron is that man for the Lakers. He's carrying the team on his
yeah,
back. And sometimes when you are the guy carrying the load, injuries come with that.
exactly. And I think he's just starting to, for him to make that comment. I think he's just starting to realize, like, okay, I'm pushing because he's pushed through entire seasons. There's games where he's missed one or two. There's seasons where he's missed one or two games. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's unheard of, especially when he was doing that in like year 10 and 12. You know what I'm saying? That was unheard of. Um, but now I think he's starting to see like, oh, when I push all the way through these games, my body can't. It can't. It just
Yeah.
can't. Something's
Dude,
gonna happen. Hamstring, ankle, foot. What? Something's gonna break down. And we can still gotta think he's still 6'8", about 250, 240. So it's not like he's gotten smaller, yes, throughout the years, but it's not like he's a small guy.
yeah, he's still a big human being.
Exactly. And so how long can LeBron's mind? I think his mind could last forever. I think his body as a whole could last forever, but can those joints and ligaments last forever? And that's what we're starting to see.
No, like some got to give. You know what I'm saying? Like Father Time is undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
It's just
And
like football players.
yeah, it ain't a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. Like, and it sucks because when especially when you watch a guy go from high school and you watch him for 20 years, and now you starting to see, okay, it's catching up, like, and not in performance, but just physically, the body just can't handle it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Not saying anymore, but it ain't handling it right now.
Yeah. Well,
And it
check this
just
out. Question: does LeBron take Shaq's title as the most dominant player in basketball?
yes,
I agree.
yeah,
Because I just keep hearing people say that. I saw the stupidest list the other day, man. I don't argue with LeBron no more. I know what's up. But I saw the dumbest list yesterday, or not yesterday, but the other day, and it had LeBron, uh, or Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Steph Curry, all these cats lined up or whatever, and it had over their heads a title, and it had LeBron James, best overall player ever. Michael Jordan, best player ever. Shaq, most dominant player ever. They had Kobe Bryant, like best mentality ever. Steph Curry, best shooter. You know, it went all the way down the list. Whatever. And I'm just like, what does that mean? If I'm the best overall player, how's somebody better than me?
Exactly.
If I'm the
Bro, I'm
best,
telling you, dude, we like when people say that we live in a everybody get a trophy generation. All these new sports writers and all that, they are brought up in this generation. So they feel like everybody has to have some kind of accolade and some like that's what they do. That's why they make these lists. Like how you gonna have a list and say, oh well, this person's the best overall player ever, but this guy's the best player ever. You're saying the same shit. You just add more words to it.
yeah. But
It's dumb. It's ridiculous.
it is. But it put me in a thinking spot. They have to do that because if Jordan falls off from being the GOAT, he ain't got nowhere else to go. You got nowhere else to put him. He
Right?
ain't the best scorer. He ain't
Nope.
the best defender. He ain't
Nope.
the best shooter. He ain't the best dunker.
He ain't got the most
It
rings.
ain't got the best mentality. You know, if he loses that best player award, then you got nowhere else to put him. It's almost kind of like he almost would just fade off outside the shoes. He
Yep.
almost would just fade off.
Yep.
Like, oh, he ain't the GOAT no more. LeBron the GOAT.
And once you put LeBron in that category, like you said, Jordan fades out. And if he fades out, then when you're talking about, you giving stats and history of the game, you have to leave him out. Then he gets left out. He falls
Exactly.
into obscurity.
Unless you're talking about three-peat and all
Exactly.
that. And then you know what I'm saying? But it brought a lot to perspective for me. Like, okay, everybody's holding on to Jordan at that number one spot because if he doesn't have that spot, he really doesn't have a spot almost.
Right.
Outside of obviously what the Bulls did, not necessarily what Jordan did, but what the Bulls did.
But you know what's crazy? Why is
What?
basketball seem to be the only sport where whoever they deem the GOAT can be circumvented?
It's only because of who that GOAT was. It's only because of who that GOAT is. I'm telling you, if Jordan did not have shoes, and I got boxes stacked up right there, so ain't no hate. But if Jordan didn't have the shoes, he wouldn't be cemented like that.
But the thing is, it's not even like all of them are cold. It's like
Because everybody don't get that respect.
right.
Everybody don't get that respect. But nobody giving Kareem that respect like that until LeBron got close to the record. Then all of a sudden everybody wants to say, yeah, well, I've been saying Kareem was the best, really, but no.
Bro,
Y'all didn't love Kareem like that. Y'all didn't love Dr. J like that.
They didn't love Wilt Chamberlain like Wilt Chamberlain gets left out a whole lot of conversation.
They didn't love y'all didn't love Shaq like that. Y'all gave Dwight Howard Superman. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't love Shaq like that. Let's be real. Everybody don't get that love.
I was actually watching this thing about Shaq, and it was like this like guy going over his career and stuff. And one of the commentators said something that put like a little bug in my ear. Like, what if Shaq would have stayed in shape his entire career? Like, what if we never see a fat Shaq? Like, does he play 5-10 more years?
I mean, possibly, but think about when Shaq left, the league was when he was in the Heat and then the Phoenix. The league was already
Cleveland. Remember that he had stopped in Cleveland.
Yeah, but I'm just saying when he left the league, when Shaq left the league was changing into kind of what we see it now. And I think once it got to that, he was done regardless anyway. Now, was that 5 more years? I don't know. But the league is just turning into a stretch 4, stretch 5 league. And we all know Shaq couldn't shoot. Worth nothing.
Do you think it'll come back?
The big man? Hell no. Everybody's slobbering over Victor Wembanyama. How the big man gonna come back?
Well, no, I'm saying like okay, let's say a player come through that's similar to Shaq, but faster, in shape, and maybe and say a little bigger.
But I mean,
Who like why wouldn't he be able to post up on the block?
he couldn't be able to post up on the block. What are he gonna do on the other end? That's the question.
I'm saying, but he also played defense.
And then also, at the end of the day, no matter how big he is, no matter how many times he can do it, 3 is more than 2.
Yeah, always.
So they'll even say that now. Like, you can't win an NBA game if y'all can go down there and go, hey, y'all can go 90% on layups, and y'all gonna lose.
Yeah,
because the other team gonna shoot 25, 33s, and they gonna hit. You know what I'm saying? They gonna hit 15. They gonna hit 10. They gonna hit 9, and they gonna catch up to them twos.
bro. I watched a high school game the other day on TV, and bro, it was a girls' game, and they went down court, shot a 3. Girl missed it. They get the rebound. She could easily just take the rebound back up. She kick it out. Other girl shoots 3 from the corner, miss it. Girl gets the rebound. I'm like, take it back up now. She kick it back out. And they finally hit it. I'm like, you just gave away like 2 opportunities to score.
They want
Like,
that 3.
wow. It's I see where the game is going, but I also think it's like it's ridiculous at this point.
It is, but it's only ridiculous when you see bad teams.
Oh yeah, because now
when you watch a good team and they splashing on both ends, you want to be there.
Yeah,
see what I'm saying? So it's a blessing and a curse. Shout out Steph Curry though, because he changed the entire mentality of a basketball player.
Ain't nobody trying to do a layup.
Bro, if I was a kid right now, and my daddy was 6'6" or 6'5", and my mama was 5'11", 5'10", I am shooting the ball every day, all day. I don't want no Xbox. I don't want no Switch. I don't want no PS5. None of that. I'm shooting the basketball all day, every day. Hire me a shooting coach. Buy me a shooting machine. I need one of the little rebounders out there on the driveway goal at the house.
Yeah.
And I'm shooting. I'm gonna learn how to dribble and stuff too, but I'm shooting the basketball.
Yep.
From anywhere. I'm when I want to pull up, I can pull up. Now you mix that in with a couple of dribble moves and a couple, you know what I'm saying, a vision on the court, bruh. You going to the NBA.
Well, you got to hit them. So you can't just be shooting them. You got
no. That's what I'm saying. I'm shooting from young buck, bro. I didn't know too many cats, and we see it all the time. I ain't trying to talk about nobody, but we see it all the time. Whenever like somebody be the manager on the team and they let them play that last night on senior night and they get in, what happened?
They wet them jokers,
because they are what they've been doing all year and all their years of being the manager, sitting in that gym shooting the ball.
Hitting 3.
Shooting the ball. You come in the gym to shoot early, the manager in there playing around. Hey, come out here, 1-on-1. Y'all playing 1-on-1. He didn't play 1-on-1 against it's dudes in the league in college. He didn't play 1-on-1 with 20,000 times. He come out there, whack him. So if you start shooting that ball from a young buck, you're gonna be able to hit. Now, whether the athleticism come and you be able to get your shot off and get, you know what I'm saying? That's on you. That's on your trainer. But if you go out there and shoot that ball, I don't care a damn what shape you in. You see the big boy going around on Snapchat and TikTok right now.
No.
Shit. I'm gonna look him up and find out his name, and I'm gonna get him to you. Hey, my boy don't even jump.
Feet don't hit the ground.
I ain't thought about leaving the ground.
Man, he's shooting threes like for free throws,
and them hoes going in. That's why, and he been shooting with everybody. Hey, you go to the gym with him. I want him on my team. Everybody laugh. Oh, what you pick him for?
He got in the corner. She a goner.
In the corner, she a goner, baby. you been up north too long to say that. That was the in the corner. She's a goner.
Damn, boy.
Oh man, hey, we're gonna keep it right here on the NBA because the NBA is really more off the court things that are interesting about the NBA than on the court right now.
Yeah,
but it just the news just keeps coming out of the NBA. Ja Morant, Gangsta Ja. Let me go ahead and put that. Gangsta Ja. I think his antics may. I'm not gonna put nobody on blast and say he did it, but his antics may have caught up to him at this point. Allegations are out there that John Moran has allegedly, say it again, beat up the 17-year-old child or boy. I ain't gonna be like the real. I sound like a real news reporter right there. A 17-year-old boy,
He a
or
damn man.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, 17-year-old, and brandish his weapon towards him, allegedly. Give me your take on this before I go.
Well, one, if it's true, he dumb. Like you know who you are, especially if it took place in Memphis. You know, people know you in Memphis.
Yeah, or where you from, wherever.
Or where you from, yeah, wherever. You can't, dude. It take years to build a name, to build a legacy, to build an empire. It take years to do it, but you can topple it down in a matter of seconds.
Oh yeah,
It's like having success is one of the hardest things to do in life. It's one of the hardest things you can do, but one of the easiest things to destroy with, like I said, a split second decision. You know what I'm saying? And we all hear this. It's one of those things that you hear people from the street say, like, when you make it, like, you gotta always protect the money. If you gonna be in that lifestyle, you gonna roll like that. And it sounds so bad to say this, but you gotta have one player, like one homie in the group that's ready to be about that action. It's all you need. You need one. You need one guy in the group that if something go down, bro, you the one that's gonna take the fall, and I'm gonna take care of you.
yeah.
And that goes for athletes, that goes for movie stars, that goes for rappers, anything. You need one person that's, yo, you got one job, and that's just to be the enforcer. That's what you do. That's it. Y'all, you are the money maker. If you go if he did this and he go down, there's a whole lot of people that's gonna stop eating. Straight up.
Straight up.
You gotta protect the meal ticket.
You got to, man. I agree on you with that for sure. But before I get to that point, I think regardless if he did it or not, his previous actions are making this even a speculation. Because if it came out right now that LeBron beat up a 17-year-old, or let me not even use LeBron because people going, you know how people are.
Yeah.
Let's just say it came out that Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah.
beat up a 17-year-old and pointed a gun at him. People would be like,
it's gonna be hard to believe.
Yeah, people would be like, huh? Really?
I need to see a video. I need to see a video with a clear HD 4K video of him and him saying, "You know me, this is Jefferson James Jr." Like, whatever you say, he got to say his whole name, birthday on the every. I need to see it. Other than that, I don't believe it.
Yeah. Hey. John Moran been running around acting like gangster Ja, trying to fight on the court, trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm about that action, talking all day. They want to take it there. Sit down. You know what I'm saying? I just want to sit your ass down somewhere.
That's it.
Dude, man. Hey, you, like you said, man, you the money maker, bro. You the cash cow. If you running around with a camp, like you run around with a camp, like if I was if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't even run around with a camp like that. But if you gonna run around with a camp gotta be the camp. I ain't touching nobody. You gotta know that's right up. You even talking. It's known. If you talking noise to me, you might as well go ahead and talk to him.
Exactly.
You never gonna get to fight me. You never gonna get a reaction out of me. You know what I'm saying? But I got 2 or 3 that's gonna stomp you down.
Yep.
If it come down to that. But at the end of the day, we're not even going. If I'm the guy, it's not even gonna come down to that because I'm John Moran. You just a week ago just proclaimed yourself to be the best player in the NBA. What could a 17-year-old possibly do or say to you to have you beat him up and point a gun at him? 17-year-old, I know he ain't got no money.
He ain't got no money. He ain't got nothing. At 17, he ain't got nothing going for him.
At 17,
at 17.
There's nothing that should be bothering you. If you got a female and he hollering at her, if your female hollering at this 17-year-old, hey,
she went.
What they say, focus on yourself, player.
Yep.
Focus on yourself, bro. Whatever the situation was, if it's even real.
Yeah.
It's on you.
But
it's your fault.
But also, I could see because some like these young cats now these days they live rough around the edges. It could be one of them things where he was just out, you know, chilling, and this cat think like, oh, that's Ja Morant. I'm gonna go over and walked up and hey, and, like grabbed him trying to mess with him, and he just, hey, but I don't know who you are and what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Might have been a kid being a kid playing around and played around on the wrong day.
No, you ain't get beat up and no gun pointed at you for playing.
No, I mean I'm not playing, but just like trying to play Ja Morant. Like, oh, I know he's not gonna do nothing to me because he's Ja Morant. And
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, whatever happened, man. If it came out in a bad light, Ja, it's on you. Regardless, you too big of a star. You ain't just Joe Blow on the bench for the Grizzlies. You are the Grizzlies.
You are the Grizzlies. Your face is everywhere. Billboards, buses,
Yeah.
baby
So
carriages, and all that.
that's what I'm saying. So it's on you, regardless, man. You got to have somebody handle anything, even if you was out somewhere and somebody came up playing or whatever. By the time they wrapped their arms around you, they ass should have been lumped up.
That's it.
Period. So that's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, man. I hate it for Ja. I like Ja. I've been an advocate of Ja since he came out. I said he was gonna be better than Zion. I thought
Yeah,
he
you did. I remember we talked. I said no. I said Zion gonna be the one. You was like no, because I didn't know who Ja Morant was. The only thing I knew about him was that him and Zion played on the same AAU team. That's about all I knew.
Yeah, and I just seen it. I seen it, but I didn't think Zion would be hurt as he is though. Damn. But I was speaking of hurt since we on the NBA before we start off.
I was just about to say that because I saw a video that kind of made me cry a little bit.
What was it? Please tell me it's the same person.
It was a video. Greg Oden was walking
yes!
down and I hate these videos because they play that sad music, you know what I'm saying, and it pull at your heartstrings. And Greg Oden walking down the street going to class, and the lady goes, "Did you play? Are you a basketball player?" And he was like, "Oh, I used to be." And she was like, "I bet I could beat you," and then walked off. and then he's walking, he lifted his head up, and then they played that slow music, and he already got that old man look on his face. He was like 22, looked like he was 50, and he kind of was like, just like you see, like damn. And they play that, oh no,
what is the commercial for?
I think it was like it was like this old lady. She's like a YouTuber, her and her grandson, and they just go in public and mess with folks. And just so happened she was walking up to people saying she could beat them in whatever sport, and just happened to be passing by Greg Oden.
Oh my god!
And it was, and then they played that sad music behind it, and I was like, damn. And then the caption was only if Greg Oden didn't get hurt.
Damn. Hey, well, mine is a better lighthearted story than yours. Me and my boy Brandon, he might be out there lurking in the comments tonight somewhere. Me and my boy Brandon started an online 2K league, right?
Yeah,
and it's got, you can get in. The draft was wide open. If you ever been in the NBA, you was in the draft. All right. So I'm going down. After one of my games or whatever, and they're showing like for the week, like who didn't balled out or whatever. And that boy Greg Oden had dropped like 26 on somebody. He playing for the Celtics. I was like, hell yeah, Greg. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was real life. I was like, hell yeah, Greg Oden in the league.
bro. Like there's like a handful of players, bro, that whenever I see them, I just feel so bad because shit just didn't go their way, man.
Yeah, like Greg Oden,
and he one of them.
Really, the person that's like I feel the saddest for, like in that aspect, is Derrick Rose, because he got to taste it.
Yeah,
he got to taste the superstar level.
Yep.
Like a lot of these cats never got to become a superstar. They had the hype, they came into the draft, but they never became a superstar. But D Rose,
he was league MVP.
Come on, man. He was the best. He was almost the best. If LeBron hadn't been in the league, D Rose would be the best in the league. But there just wasn't nobody moving like D Rose was moving.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing D Rose play and being like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody could do that shit. Nobody could move that fast and stop. Nobody could get to the rim like that. Through the traffic, shoot the ball, all of it.
Man, I remember the commercials, bro. The D Rose commercials. The roses falling out the sky. And he just
bro.
and then it just all went away.
Injury,
Just
injury,
injuries, man.
injury,
Injuries.
injury, injury.
Like you talking about a guy never got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Real, I would say real humble. You know,
I mean, we can say that hindsight 2020 on the real humble. We don't know how he would have acted if he would have been, you know what I'm saying, D Rose for
well, I
10
do.
years.
Hey, I know this clip always show up, but like that year with LeBron and them came out the All Star game and they all doing this, and he just kind of like I ain't with that corny shit. He just kind of just
He's just standing there.
and then with his hand behind his back, like yeah, and LeBron and them like doing all this weird shit. And yeah, I was like
Yeah,
yeah,
weird.
but D Rose, man, yeah. I think it's worse when you taste it.
Yeah,
When you finally get a taste of that ice cream and
it's gone.
then it's gone.
It's just gone. And he done came back and had a few, bright spots here and there, man. But
But here the worst part. The MVP trophy in his house. He got to walk by that Joker. I bet it's in a closet somewhere.
no, hell no.
I'm gonna tell you, if I won an MVP, a Heisman or something, and my career went to shit, I put all that shit away.
No, that's shrined out. Hell no, that's shrined out in a room somewhere around the Bulls jersey yeah, you crazy as hell. Bro, because you gotta remember that. Because you gotta think about this right here, especially in a world like today, where right now we getting up on the generation of kids that don't know D Rose.
Yeah,
They just know Dreadhead Timberwolves D Rose. They don't know Fade 2 earring D Rose.
right.
They don't know that D Rose. D Rose that'll dunk on the footer. You know what I'm saying? No matter who's standing under the rim. Man, I know my camera did not just cut off. Hey, man, that's that extra. But yeah, these kids today, they don't know about D Rose that'll dunk on anybody. They don't know about D Rose that will cut through the lane. You can't hold him. If it's the last shot on the line and he got the rock, you lost.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So like I just think if I'm D Rose, that joker is in my game room or my man cave or whatever the hell, wherever all the sports memorabilia is in my house, it's in the front.
yeah. I don't know me. Like I would like to think that I'd be in the same mind as like Ricky Williams. Like I just would. I don't want to remember my football. Like if it didn't go the way I want it to go, I don't remember. I don't want to remember it. And I know a lot of guys out there probably going, man, hell no. But even like in my life, once I got done playing, dude, I didn't watch football again till probably 2017, where I actually sat down and watched a game.
Yeah.
Just couldn't do it.
I mean, I understand that too, but that's a lot different because like we said, he made it. He got there. He tasted. He got the taste.
It.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I think that would make it worse.
He was MVP D Rose. You know, like there's no questioning that. It happened. So, it's a little different. And also he still played for a long time after that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think it's worse when you get to taste it.
I think the hurt of it all, like when you laying there at night and it's quiet, ain't nobody saying nothing. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The hurt of it all may hurt worse, but the remembrance of it too, you can't take that.
It's kind of like that old saying. I rather have loved than to not love at all. I rather have loved and lost than to not love at all.
Yeah,
I think I would rather not love at all. I don't want. Don't give it to me and take it away. Hell no, man. Hell no.
Hey, everybody got their own, everybody got their own little how they would go through it. If I was D Rose, I want to go through it because how many people can experience that's truly being on top of the world. That's like you can make a bunch of money. Like at the end of the day, in the worlds that both of us are in, one thing could happen, and the next day you a millionaire. All right.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm gonna give you like in my world, the hunting world, hell, your world too, bro. I think his name is Steve Milo. I don't know his first name, but I know his last name is Milo. This dude killed the biggest typical whitetail in the world in like 19, I think it's like 19, he's like 1980, 1989 or 1990.
Yeah.
Bruh, this dude has made millions off this deer. Like, he'll pull up to trade shows. You got to pay $5 to walk through a trailer to see this buck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he finally sold that mount last week for like $2.2 million. You know what I'm saying?
Like
and he's like has never killed anything close to that deer. This is only claim to fame is that one deer.
He made millions off of it.
And it's still making millions.
Exactly. So check that out. What we do, we can post a video today. When I clip this one up right here and put it on Instagram, it could go crazy. We got sponsors all over the table, and we millionaires tomorrow. Bam, whatever. We millionaires. D-Rose a millionaire. We can go buy the same stuff D-Rose got. We can go do all that stuff or whatever. But we will never truly be on top of the world. And if you're an athlete in America or really anywhere, and you get to the pinnacle of your sport, and you're the best at what you're doing, that feeling right there has got to be something. I mean, you can't trade that for the world.
Yeah,
you can't. There ain't an amount of money right now that could replace that feeling that he was having. Hopefully, he relished in it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's all I can say. Hopefully, he relished in it. But there ain't nothing that can replace that. That's truly being on top of the world right there.
Yep. And I think that's like an important thing on its own is you got like I know people say you gotta think about tomorrow, but sometimes you gotta like live in the moment, like soak it all in because it could be you might not get to that point again. So while you're there, you gotta just soak it up, man. Yeah,
Exactly.
soak it up.
And I catch myself doing it all the time too, like because I'm all about going somewhere, like adventure, trip, woods, mountains. No matter where.
Yeah.
I just want to go. I just want to be there. And I catch myself on those type of trips, whatever, all the time, just standing there like, damn, I'm really doing this right now. And that's always my favorite part of the trip.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, I'm really doing this right now. It don't matter what it is.
Well, it's funny because I remember last year when we were in Deadwood, bro. Like what? Like I've been to Deadwood several times, and and I'm still like I like being there. But just seeing the look on you and Tanner's face, where y'all was like, damn, this we in South Dakota, like this is crazy.
Yeah. And I'm just, even like when I would be walking through the streets in Deadwood or whatever, I'm like, bro, Wild Bill. Like, all this shit is right here.
Right here.
I'm really right here right now. You know what I'm saying? He got shot right here.
Like bro, they got a sign wrote like Wild Bill Hitchcock got shot right here.
That's what I'm saying. Like those type of moments.
Calamity Jane, Billy the Kid, all that shit happened right here.
You can't take none of that away. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if I would rather not taste it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'd rather not taste it. You gotta think about it. It's a lot of long nights in their driveway dribbling that basketball, going MVP.
Yeah.
And now you MVP. I mean, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't take that away, man. Shout out D Rose, man. But that's one of the greatest. That's one of the greatest to get the greatest sad stories. But it's a lot of them. Brandon Roy, obviously
Marcus,
Greg Oden,
Marcus Dupree. Hell,
yeah.
I didn't even say Bo,
basketball, but
I even say Bo Jackson.
Yeah, Bo Jackson. There's a lot.
If we said in basketball, I mean, hell, he didn't even get to play in the league, but Glenn Byes.
Yeah, Glenn Byes. Who else? It's a bunch. It's really a bunch in basketball that didn't really, get to see their full.
T-Mac a Hall of Famer. Shit.
Brandon, stop. Brandon always bring up T-Mac. He trying to trade him. Hey, he bring up T-Mac all the time, but he trying to trade him in our league right now. He want to trade T-Mac right now. But T-Mac had a career. Yeah, T-Mac in the Hall of Fame.
Shit, he good then.
He in the Hall of Fame, but he ain't make top 75. But shout out T-Mac. But T-Mac, when we put it all together, man, I think his ending career total was like 19.5 a game and stuff like that. So it wasn't no just standout numbers. T-Mac was great. I ain't taking nothing away from him.
Gilbert Arenas
had a great career. I don't think these guys got stopped by nothing. They just, I mean, T Mac did have a little bit of injury, but I don't think these guys were stopped by anything. He said, "Yeah,
We
he's a
talking
Hall of Fame, but should have been
we
better."
talking
We're
about
saying
tragic stories.
guys who got like their career got snapped. T Mac's career really didn't get snapped. I feel like he played for a while.
Yep. Who's that
And
dude that played for Baylor? And then they found out he had a enlarged heart.
oh man, I can't remember his name, but I know exactly who he's talking about. But I don't even think he counts in this too, because we didn't get. I mean, he didn't get to go to the league, but
We said that.
he didn't get to go to the league.
And
But I'm saying,
his name is Glenn, not Lynn.
Glenn Bias.
Is it Lynn or Glenn?
I thought it was Glenn. What is going on, man? This is like 3 weeks in a row, bro. Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on.
Nope. Brand right is Lynn Bias.
Glenn Bias. I'm just gonna rock out with my computer camera.
He's a RG3.
RG3.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yep.
Shout out Big Speed, because I know that ain't Shell. But RG3 is another one.
Oh, Marcus Lattimore.
Benny Shitback. He did that in college though, didn't he?
Yep. I mean, he ended up getting drafted and playing for the 49ers, but yeah, it just didn't go well.
I'm trying not to unplug my camera here again.
Yep, it just didn't go well for him, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's a weird area to be in, because it's like, I guess it's one of the things where it's like knowing now, would I wanted it and not, or would I rather not know and experience? Like, I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. It just sucks, because you lay up at night and you think about that shit. Like, man, I could have done this, and this. And but if you tasted it, then you know you was doing it and it got taken away from you. You're like, damn, I could have done way more.
Exactly. I would have done the same thing. I would want to touch it all, but man, sometimes you gotta take what you can get.
Yeah, that's true. Take what you can get, because there's somebody who didn't even get close to what you got to. So you just gotta roll the dice of game of life.
Exactly, man. I don't know what's going on with my camera over here, man, but we're gonna just rock out. We're just gonna rock out like this right here.
Cool.
But hopefully it'll cool down. I think it just got hot or something because I had to plug it in the power. Which is tragic. I think I got all off track now. But yeah, RG3 was a big one. Who else was football wise? It's really a lot.
It's a lot in football.
But I think
man.
sometimes in football we also lose on the pan out. Like you just didn't pan out. Was there injury or did you not pan out?
Right.
So that's a little different in football. But a lot of these basketball stories are just straight up sad.
Yeah, it's definitely more sad basketball stories than football, because football is either they did something that off the field that got them screwed up, or it was maybe an injury or so, or like you said, they just didn't pan out.
Exactly. Hey, track coming back around, and your girl been rolling.
Who's Shakari Richardson?
Yeah.
I ain't seen nothing, not a nothing.
Yeah, she been rolling, man. Track coming back up. Everybody getting ready for it. There's gonna be some local track meets starting around here soon. We'll be attending to those, but
Do you think she'll get back to the hype she had before all the BS?
I think it's gonna be kind of hard to get back to the hype just because it's like, okay, again, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we already had it once. Whenever everybody got behind you and was hyped up, you had your little debacle with the
drug test.
the marijuana, and I think the flame kind of just died down after that. It turned into more than just track.
Yep.
So your casual track fan that really wasn't a fan of you, that just liked track, that was following you, kind of dipped off. So I don't know if she'll be able to get back to that status or fame that she was at one point. But I think if she goes to the Olympics and she places and runs well, obviously she'll regain a a bunch of hype.
But man, she just the Team Jamaica just too strong, man.
That's what that's what I saw her for. I think she beat what's her name for the first time she's ever beat her, the really fast woman from Jamaica. It was the first time she beat her, and so I think that was like a spark, I guess, in her hype train,
Yeah.
to get it rolling again.
I mean, I definitely hope she get back on top, but yeah, I think she fumbled her 15 minutes of fame.
Big facts.
Fumbled it, and then all the antics. Like if she would have just like done what Michael Phelps did, all right, you pop, do your time, and shut up, and then come back and do. But she did all this talking and being extra, and it just kind of just put a bad taste in people's mouth.
Oh, big facts. And then also it didn't help that, obviously the media did what the media does and we ran with it and spun it and turned it and
Yep.
and made it a way bigger deal than I think it actually probably should have been. So yeah, she fumbled her 15 minutes of fame or however long it was gonna last. But that's all right. She's gonna get another shot at it and we're gonna see what she do. We're gonna see.
Yeah,
Track
when
should be interesting this year, I think.
oh, definitely.
I
And,
saw
there's some young cats that with Team USA. I mean, I know it's not the Olympics, but like it's just still some young guys that run for Nike and Adidas and stuff that are just awesome, man. So it'll be definitely a good season for track.
exactly, but it's not the Olympics, but it's the get ready season.
Was it like
That's what I'm saying because we got
Yeah.
2024,
yeah,
so it's the get ready Olympics. And
like
so,
like,
I mean, not the get ready Olympics, but
the trials.
the trials will be at the end of the year and stuff like that. But all summer long, they're gonna be running in worlds and all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's gonna be it's the year. This the year you see who gonna step out in the field and be on the Olympic squads.
dude, the Olympics, man. Like, bro, that would like you train so much and your shit come around every 4 years.
Every 4 years.
And that's like the height of your career. Like that's it.
But I
And
think that's what make it so. That's what make it so what it is.
yeah, but I feel like people like I do. I remember like back in the Gap, I felt like you knew the Olympic people like they were always on shit like the Wheaties box or they was on like show up on like sitcoms and movies and shit like that. They were doing, but it's like after the Olympics, you don't see none of these cats no more.
Yeah, but I think that's also because you can go get anybody to do that all the time and get just as many views. Like I can go get not even like a top tier guy. Like I always use this dude as an example, even though he was pretty damn good or is pretty good. Mike Conley.
Yeah,
And you know what I'm saying? I can go get Mike Conley and throw him on a box and get just as much pub as if I throw Sha'Carri Richardson on there.
and Mike Conley gonna be cheaper.
So it don't matter. I can go get any athlete, because especially if they making themselves famous off the court.
Yeah,
Like if they got a podcast, or if I go get Travis Kelce, what do I need the Olympian for?
true.
You know what I'm saying? He got the social media following. He got the podcast game. He is diverse and all that shit too. So why do I need to wait for this Olympian to come around when I can already have 5 or 6 deals rolling right now? Plus, these kids don't even know you.
Right. Yeah.
Now if it's a Michael Phelps situation where he keep coming back and back and back and back and gold and gold and gold and gold, well, hell yeah, I want you. Because everybody know you.
Right.
There was not one person walking around in America that didn't know Michael Phelps.
Even cats that didn't swim.
If you ain't watched a meet yet. They put in rap songs. Rappers rapping about Michael Phelps. They ain't watched the swim meet. I don't even swim. Don't know how to swim.
They just know they associate swimming. Michael Phelps was swimming and he cold. That's it.
Exactly.
Bro, speaking of like you said, Travis Kelce in the podcast. Bro, is podcast the new like talk radio?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's been that.
Yep.
It's been that for a while now. But I also think, and I think a lot of people get it twisted, which I know I think I speak for both of us when I say this, because we've been like this since day one. The more the merrier.
Yeah, for sure.
In this podcast shit. But I think a lot of people are just like, oh man, everybody's got a podcast now. and all that stuff. And I'm like, why? That's what we want.
Yep.
Everybody, if you get on your computer every day and you searching down social media and you arguing with people back and forth that you do not know, and you know on all these different type of subjects, and you got that much shit to say, go get you a camera, go get you a microphone, get you a laptop, and talk.
And talk. Bro, you can pretty much find a podcast about anything, man. Anything. Like, bro, there's this podcast. It's called Coast to Coast, dude. It come on Stitcher at like 2:00 in the morning. Whenever I'm driving back home to Texas, if I'm on the road that late, bro, I'll listen to it. Bro, it's real life people, bro. This ain't skits, nothing. These is real life people calling in and talk to George Knapp about they saw aliens and they saw Bigfoot, and they go behind the science of it, and they bring in all these doctors and uh and zoologists and shit like that. And these people are having an in-depth conversation. I'm like, I can't be the only one to listen to this shit. And then I go look it up, and bro, it's like the 5th largest podcast in the nation.
Yeah.
I'm like, that many people listen to this shit. And I'm like, well, I guess people is mainly it's people like me who just come across it and interested. But then those are whole communities of people that believe in that shit.
Hell yeah.
It's a podcast for everything, man.
It's a podcast for everything. It's murder mystery. I mean, sex life.
That's actually the biggest podcast, the fastest growing type of podcast is the murder mysteries.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a podcast for everything. So I'm like, these athletes that already have a following and they just grabbing the mic. Like, if you ever watched this episode of Travis Kelce and Jason Kelsey's podcast, you're gonna watch another one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because they're on there, and it shows you the in-depth life of like the football guys. You know what I'm saying? Even with the I Am Athlete podcast and Pivot podcast, it just shows that these guys are more than just football players. They're more than just athletes. Because anybody that knows podcasters, I'm sure they got teams to do it. But you still got to know a little bit about it. It's not just sit down and talk. You know, there's a little technical side to it too, and especially clipping stuff up and voice right and all that extra, whatever mics you getting and all that stuff. Which I know these guys are rich and they can do whatever, but it's still it's something to it.
Oh yeah, it's still a learning curve to it, and just being able to keep a conversation. Like, I know a lot of times when I do Dread Archer podcast, like my guests be like, "Hey man, do I need notes? I'm like, "Nah, man, we just talking."
Yeah.
And especially the people who they've never been on a podcast, it's like they first. Like with me, it's their first time. I can tell they nervous at first, and that's why I won't even push record. We'll just get to talking, and I'm like, "I mean, you ready?" Like, "Oh, we ain't recorded yet." I'm like, "Nah, man." And then they loosen up, and then the conversation. Then I start the show, and the conversation after that is just smooth because now they don't think they're on a podcast. I'm just talking to this dude about hunting.
Exactly, and that's what makes it so good. And all the shows that we just talked about, they have guests come through, and that's what they do. They just chop it up with them. Like, I'm not a guy that's gonna sit there and watch a podcast that's like, even the interviews I watch, I'm not gonna sit there and watch an interview if it's just question and answer.
That's it.
I don't like that. That's no bueno. And even when we have guests on this show, it's not just question and answer, because an hour of just question and answer is trash to me. But an hour, exactly. But an hour of good conversation, I can get down with that. Like, some of our shows go 2 hours, and I have people to hit me up and be like, "Man, that show was 2 hours." But I listen to all of it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that's what I want. If you can turn on this podcast and ride in your car or do whatever you're doing, and it's 2 hours and went by, you listen to the whole entire show, we doing something right.
Exactly, man.
That's how I feel about it. But no, I like that these guys have a podcast. It's the new talk radio. It's the new inside look to these guys' real life. And it's also like the new game getter. I feel like if you're a young athlete, you should be watching the Athletes podcast.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they've been through everything you're about to go through. They've gone through the steps you need to go through, whether it be bumping their head or successes, whatever it is. They've gone through that. They're telling you what what I'm saying. They're really giving you the game. That's why that's why I really started watching I Am Athlete. Because they was just dropping dimes or gems, I guess people call it. They were dropping gems left and right. boom, boom, boom. Every episode, they got into their little beef or whatever, and they split off to the pivot, which actually ended up being great for me because now I got two podcasts. You know what I'm saying, that I can tune
Yeah.
into at any time, and they just dropping knowledge, and it's life after football, which is a big thing for me to talk about.
Yep.
And they teach guys how to get through it. And they telling and everybody they bring on there is a former athlete, and they're teaching guys how they got through it or what they're going through or how they feel. And Michael Beasley comes on there and breaks down crying, letting them know basically I'm at the end of my rope right here.
Yep. I got about this much left.
Yeah. So and being vulnerable and all that type of shit, man. It's a great. I'm glad that they're all getting it.
But speaking of, bro, I feel like Shannon Crowder, his response was
His
too
response was typical.
You saying you ain't got nothing left?
That's what I'm saying. His response was like what they tell you not to do.
Yeah.
If somebody comes to you in that state, you know what I'm saying. Luckily, he wasn't the only one there to talk to. But if you follow I Am Athlete or anything like or their podcast or anything from the jump, then that's the friend he is. Like you ain't like if you his friend for real and you in a situation like that, like you're not calling Shannon Crowder. You just not, because he's that country bumpkin black dude. You know that you done met him before. You know what I'm saying? That hey, he finna tell you exactly what's on his mind. Not the right answer. But exactly what's on. Man, you mean to tell me you ain't got nothing left. Bro, he just told you he ain't got nothing left. So yeah, don't be Shannon Crowder when it comes to that situation, guys.
Right, yeah. But dude, like I said, I love it because it's just it's another form of art to me. It's another way to express yourself. Just talk,
Yeah.
Some and there's many different styles. You know what I'm saying? You can do the long form like Joe Rogan, where you just bring some cat on, and y'all just talking. You can do question answer. I wouldn't advise it. It's boring, but there's somebody out there that like it.
Yeah.
Or with me, with my job, the way I'm driving all the time, bro, just popping on the podcast and listen to a guy tell a story. I love listening to somebody tell a story.
Yeah, right.
It is what it is. So if you out there, you think about getting a podcast started, stop waiting and just do that shit, man. Get it going.
You guys do, man. I fell off on my Charleston White for a little second, but I'm back on.
Oh man, he been going at it with this goon from from Cleveland.
I'm back on, man. It's really crazy, but I think he's really starting to get to the point now where his message
is getting drowned out.
No, total opposite to me.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he getting to the point where, because now, as you see, the more podcasts he come on, even like the more people that like just post videos about him, they're starting to say like, okay, I'm hearing his message, but then it's but I can't stand when he talk. I can't stand when he say this, and this. But at first it was just like, man, F Charleston White. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about nothing he talking about. He disrespecting, blase, 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 blase. But now it's like, okay, I hear what he's saying, but he don't need to be talking about my people or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think his message is actually starting to be heard. People starting to realize, like, how many times can he say I'm on here playing before people really realize he on here playing?
Bro, but sometimes, man, you got to bring people the message that down to their level.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because if you're trying to talk to a group of savages, and when I mean savages, I'm talking about just cats who don't care, like they ruthless. You can't come to them and talk peaceful. Hey guys, we need to you need to hey mother and talk to their level. Right. And I think that's what Charleston White doing. He bringing his message down to his listeners' level, but the issue is people don't like what he's saying.
Exactly, but the not liking what he's saying is making you come over there and listen some more.
Exactly,
and that's his biggest thing. So he back on his extra right now. Like he going crazy right now. A bunch of videos, bunch of interviews, and he really breaking down like the real Charleston White and stuff like that. Now I've been rocking with him from the jump. And I stopped for a little second because he started really they say when you listen to stuff, it don't. You can you can cipher in between it and you can phase it out. But if you listen to something all the time, because when I get on a kick or something, I really get on it.
Yep.
When you start listening to something over and over and over and over and over again, you start, you know what I'm saying? You start feeling some type of way. And a lot of stuff that he says is true about our community. And I started going out and noticing that stuff in the community. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It started making me feel some type of way about my own type of people. So I had to get away from it. I had to get off of it for a little second. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm back. But now I'm back and I'm watching. But it was just crazy to me how I would just be out of the store or whatever and be like, you mother, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
Like, come on, man.
You start noticing stuff, man.
Yeah. So I had to back off of it a little bit, but now I'm back. I'm rocking with it. He got a say cheese that just dropped it. I gotta go ahead and check that out one time, man. But I'm back on.
Hey, man, we got one more day
Registration time.
and registration time, baby. TAC is up on us.
Exactly. We
Well,
ready.
at least registration anyway.
Exactly. It's all the way in July. But hey, just in case any photographers / videographers in the Black Hills area of South Dakota come across the Retalk Listen podcast, we are looking for a videographer or a team of videographers to come through the tech. You know, your admission will be paid, obviously, and then obviously you'll get paid for the filming. So hit us up, Team Dreaded Archer. We need a crew that likes the outdoors. If you shot the outdoors before, preferably that's what we want. But if you haven't, we'll take that too. We'll just know that's a knock.
Exactly.
That's a knock on the price.
Bro,
Hey,
dude, I think it's gonna be a wild year this year, bro. It's gonna be wild, bro. I got cat. Hello,
now you still here, bro. This camera stuff tonight is wild.
bro. I don't even know what I just did.
Webcam utility, EOS.
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on, bro. We got. I mean, there are guys that are coming from all over. Like, there's guys going to the Montana Tech from Florida, from Alabama, from Georgia. They coming in. There's guys that I've talked to from Pennsylvania that's coming to the South Dakota Tech.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, people is traveling. Like, and in all honesty, Tech was originally for getting the people in that state to get involved, but it's changing.
exactly, man. It's changing. It's got to though, man. You want to get it. I think once they realize how big of an event it started becoming, like how big of a social event it started becoming, that's when the traveling and everything came. Because I mean, I don't know what the owners or the guys who are over tech. I don't know what their original plan for tech was, but I this got to be bigger than what they could have ever expected.
Oh, dude, I, I don't think they expected it to get this big. Not as big as it is now.
Exactly. And luckily, we got a chance to know some of those guys, and hopefully, we get them on camera this year and stuff like
Oh,
that,
dude,
man.
dude. Not only are we gonna do interviews with, some of the vendors, and hopefully, I'm well. I didn't tell you this. I don't know if PSC got sold.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't even know if Ben gonna be there because I love to talk to Ben. I would love to get a sit down with Dudley.
yeah,
Um, there's gonna be a ton of celebrities there because I've heard. I think Chris B's gonna be there. He's a big shooter for Matthews, and a couple guys, a couple of shooters from Matthews gonna be there. So that'll be big. But I mean, just guys that I've met on Instagram that are different. That are other hunter influencers and different hunting podcasts. They're gonna be out at South Dakota Tech, and they're hitting me up like, "Yo, we gotta link up." And I'm like, I don't know if I ain't got enough links left. I ain't got enough links left, man. I ain't enough time in the day.
exactly,
And
man.
and bro, honestly, I could see Tech in the future going from 3 days to a week.
Yeah, that would be lit. I'm already in trouble for how long I'm going down, so ain't no way I'm gonna be able to do that week. But I'm still gonna get in there
bro.
for at least 2 or 3 days of it. But
And then they just keep adding more and more and more. Like, I think they added Utah. I think next year they're gonna be adding Washington. Dude, they just they keep growing. Eventually, what's gonna happen is January 1st. I mean, not January, but they're gonna have a tag every month of the year. Well, probably not in the hunting season, but they'll have it January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and then be done. I mean, because in September, everybody's out there at elk hunting and doing all that, so
yeah,
ain't nobody coming to attack.
exactly. And then I was, and then once the ski season starts too, it's over with.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
But yeah, I can't wait for it, man. It's gonna be dope this year. Hopefully, we get the crew we want or a crew, that we can have follow us around. Uh, have that out there, man. Have some dope people on the podcast. Have some dope people on the Dreaded Archer podcast. This is gonna be a nice time. I can't wait for it this year. It's gonna be
Oh,
lit.
dude, the setup gonna be dirty, bro. Because I got the road set up. It's gonna be dirty.
Yes,
Like
sir.
like people going they going like, hey, I'm next. When we doing the show, they gonna be like, yo, I'm next.
That's what
So
we want, man. That's what we want. So if you out there South Dakota Tech and you wanna come through and talk to us a little bit, man, let us know. We don't bite. Um,
for sure.
if you see the guys with the camera crews following them, just know it's us.
and we got to link up with the cats we met last year from Montana, man.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Wyoming too. That's where they from.
Yeah, Wyoming. It was I know it was what new one, Nick Davis.
Their last name is Davis, but I think it's with a J, not a Nick.
Mm, I can't remember the name. I got it wrote downstairs in my little book though.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
don't see them.
them cats was funny, man. And when they pops almost fell down that hill, boy. And Tanner didn't have a camera rolling.
Exactly, man. That's why we gotta hire somebody this year. That's why we got. That's why we gotta hire somebody right now. Because my boy ain't had the camera rolling.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun time, man. We're gonna be networking out there. If you and it's like y'all gonna hear about it more because it's not till July, but still, if you happen to be on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and you see us at TAC, tune in, man. Cause I'm telling you, you're gonna learn a lot, you're gonna see a lot, and you might be ready to like, hey, I might need to give me a bow.
Exactly. I think tech always makes people want to pick up a boat. When people see us at tech, that's all I hear about for a long time, bro.
Yep.
It's how people want to get a boat. Sometimes they don't do it, and that kind of irks me a little bit. But other than that, it's Logan Davis too. I told you it was Davis. Yeah, Logan Davis. That's my boy's name.
He the one that had his bowstring kept hitting his arm and shit was swole up.
Yes, sir. Look like if Slate laid that joke on the flat top. but hey, he fought through it though, man. Hey, but I think it's time for me to get to the mental health checks, man. I gotta have them. 1 through 10, man. What's going on in your personal life? Physically, you back on the 75? What's going on? And business wise, what you got going?
So physically, man, I'm not back on 75 yet. But I have been working out every day, running, still getting in shape. I think about next Friday I'll be at that 235 mark, which is I ain't been at 235 in a long time. So I'm they tell you how I'm looking right now.
Yeah,
So physically, man, my back is getting loosened back up. You know what I'm saying? I can start working out back again. So feeling good. I'm saying I'm about a 8 right now. Um, Mentally, man, just with work and trying to juggle the podcast and get reviews out and get reels out and edit videos and all that. It got me a little stressed out a little bit, and so I'm probably about a 7 right now. Just really just tired. You know what I'm saying? Need a vacation. But got the Iowa Book Classic this weekend, so can't wait to go out there and do some networking. Uh, so say mentally, I'm sitting probably about a 7 or 8 right now. And then business wise, man, dude, Dread Archer podcast taking off, still numbers steady going up. Uh, got people
Hey,
Steadily hitting me up for interviews. Had some cool gear come in this week, or came in 2 weeks ago. I finally opened the boxes up this week, and dude, just loving it, man. Made some posts this morning, and people loving it, letting me know, and just getting ready. Oh, and there's going to be a spinoff of the Dread Archer podcast. It's going to, well, even Dread Archer podcast. It's like right now we really don't got a name for it, but it's gonna be me, Joe Gabo, and SG Holmes, and we're gonna be basically just giving the real, man, just like telling people about the archery industry, um, hunt industry, doing gear reviews, and just basically just chatting it up, man, and I guess giving having real conversations about hunting. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't just we do more than just post on Instagram. We actually out here in these woods. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
and just giving the real. So talk to Joe about that today, and he excited about it. Get it going, and man, I can't wait. I think it's gonna be another edition. It's gonna be dope.
most definitely, man. You gotta have that. We talked about that earlier on the phone, man. Just the connections,
Yep.
the connections and friendships that are made through this podcast, through the hunting. Those are the ones you gotta hold on to, man. And but for myself, personally, man, I can't complain at all, man. A lot of work right now. That's all I can say about that. Um, I was out of town last night. Um, Border Battle, which is a big baseball tournament around here. I'll be out there at that. Start tomorrow through Saturday. Um, there's actually somebody actually hit me up to film a mukbang podcast Sunday. So Sunday I'll be doing that. So it's just a lot of work right now, man. But yeah, that's never a bad thing. Uh, I asked for it. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
what I wanted. I picked up a camera, and I, made the investment on a nice camera, nice setup, and that's what I asked for. So yeah, a lot of work right now, but I can't complain, man. Uh, I give myself about a 9, 8, 9 right there on the personal scale, man. Physically, I'm feeling good right now. Uh, I give myself an 8 there too. Uh, I did buy this. I bought this like ball slash dice looking thing, whatever, to roll. Uh, so me and Brooke could like work out at the house or whatever. So we'll see how that goes. Uh, see if I can get us both active right there at the same time, man. But physically, I'm feeling good, man. So I give myself an 8. And then business wise, man, hey, can't complain at all. Sneaker season is here for the sneaker show. So me and Cam about to start hitting the road. Uh, for those, there was one actually last weekend that we didn't get to go to due to some booking uh, errors in that deal. But sneaker season is here, so it's time. Like I said, March 26th, we got the exclusive retalk and listen drop for National Air Max Day. I can't wait for that. It's gonna be dope. I've been wanting to do something for my boy Cam because I don't know if none of y'all know this now, but Cam does all this pro bono.
Pro bono for now, man.
uh, I've been wanting to do something big for Cam anyway, and it just happened. Something just happened to roll right into my lap uh, to be able to make some fly stuff for him. So y'all be on the lookout for that, man. Obviously, we right here, season 5. Our guest did not show up tonight. We did. We told y'all we are gonna have guests. We did have a guest lined up for tonight. I'm sure something important kept him from stopping by tonight. So shout out Coach Markus Lawrence out there, Alabama A&M. Hopefully we get to have that conversation with you sometime soon, my brother.
Oh yeah,
Um, but hey, we still having our way out here, man. Uh,
that's it, man. Having our way and enjoying every step of the way.
exactly, man. Hey, I can't wait this summer. This summer, I know everybody always talk about how they summer gonna be. Blah, blah, blah. They just be talking. You know what I'm saying? But this summer,
This
uh,
summer, hey,
summer is gonna be really stupid. So
it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be a hot summer, man. It's
yeah,
gonna be a hot summer, and man, I can't wait. I can't wait for like as soon as I'm telling you, dude. As soon as it still melt, I'm out. I'm out putting up game cameras. I'm finding tree stand. I'm really trying to get out for the ticks to get bad because last year was man. Ooh, nope, not doing that again.
Nope.
So I'm getting out. You know what I'm saying? Getting tree stands up, moving tree stands, trying to find places where I'm a saddle hunt because I'm doing that this year. uh, and just looking for antlers, any kind of sign, like which big boys made it this year. You know what I'm saying? Who survived the winter?
Yeah.
And start getting inventory of the bucks I'll be hunting, and hopefully, man, my goal this year is put one down early. Like I already know, I know this. And I'm speaking this into existence. The first animal I put down in 2023 is gonna be turkey. No, I'm not gonna say that because I don't know that for a fact. I know it's gonna be a bear, at least a bear. I'll be turkey hunting. If I put a turkey down, it's gonna be amazing because I've never killed a turkey with my bow. But I know in August when I go to Canada, I will be coming back with a bear.
Got to.
And yes, I'm talking about a bear, a big bear. Like I ain't talking no panda. I'm talking black bear, eat you up.
Yeah. Man, I want a bear so bad. I just gotta get over that little hump, man. That's all I gotta get over, that little hump. But I'm gonna be ready.
I got the whole week booked. You can make that trip. be an early birthday present.
Hey, man.
Brooke.
I gotta get over that hump. Hey, she said, Brooke. Ah! She gonna say no anyway.
I bet she won't.
After being gone.
Huh?
She gonna say no after being gone, off the rip. But man. If I can get over my little heartbeat right now over that bear, bro, I can do it. But I want a bear so bad. But I don't even know what I was about to say because you just threw me all off with that one. But you got any last words for the people?
Man, go if you I've said it before, I'm gonna say it a million times. If you got something that you're trying to do, either it be a business, starting a podcast, losing weight, trying to go for that promotion, whatever, man, go and do it, man. Just go and do it. Stop waiting. Get up, get your ass off your shoulders and do it.
Get your ass off your shoulders. Make that money.
And it's the time of year to do it. Them taxes coming in. Don't go buy no TV. Don't go buy no PlayStation. None. I mean, go buy a PlayStation if you're gonna be gaming to make some money. But if you ain't doing it to make no money, the tax refund, you need to flip it the legal way,
the real way.
Go do something. Start a business, a podcast. Hell, and invest in yourself, but don't go buy no TV, no shoes, none of that shit. Just use it, and if you ain't got nothing to use it on, put that shit up until you find something.
Well, if you ain't got nothing, you really ain't gonna have nothing. If you ain't got nothing you want to do it, if you ain't got nothing you want to do right now, and you around our age, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get nothing. It's something you want to do. Go ahead and do it. At least try it.
Yeah,
that might open up a door for what you really trying. You know what I'm saying? Like just try something. But you know what I gotta say, man. Stay vigilant out here. I was watching one of the biggest YouTubers out there right now. Got his house broken into, and he had to shoot. You know what I'm saying, to get him out. To get the dudes about his house. Two on one. They shot him a few times, and he shot back. And but they ultimately ran up at his house. So be vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Know who around. Know who. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention. That's all I can say. Pay attention. Know who around. Know who your kids playing with. Know the parents of the kids your kids playing with, man. And just you ladies, when y'all coming out of that store, watch. You see that same dude in the store 7 times. Walmart's a big place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You see that same dude in the store 7 times, it ain't coincidence.
And he ain't got nothing in his hand.
You see him when you get outside, it's not coincidence. Just be on the lookout for that type of stuff. And always have yours, because I'm for dang sure gonna have mine. With that being said, this is season 5, episode 8 of the Reed Talking Listen podcast. I am your host, Nick Reed, along with my brother and co-host Troy Reed, and we are out.
What? I mean, it's been turning up with her. The girl around us and she loving her. If we don't know you, don't come close to her. You with your girl, let me